Hey everybody, HomeSliceHenry here, back with some more Kanto Cup battles for you guys today. And in today's video, we're actually taking a look at some viewer-submitted battles. And this viewer, his Pokemon username is JoeMom716, so I definitely appreciate the submission. And the Pokemon that he's featuring is Poliwrath. Poliwrath is a really strong choice for the Kanto Cup, and honestly, really surprised me by how well it did in these particular battles. And the team he's running is a Poliwrath lead. He has a double legacy Dugong on the safe swap. And his closer and also his Hypno counter is going to be Snorlax, since Lick can do super effective damage. And this team honestly works really well for him, and he does go 4-1 in this set, which is great. And without further ado, let's hop into these battles. Hopping into the first game against Jenny, who looks like might have her birthday in her username. So, leading into a Gyarados. So this is more of a neutral matchup. Obviously, both fast moves are doing resisted damage, but with Ice Punch, Poliwrath will be able to hit for neutral. At least they go for the first Ice Punch, and then the Gyarados swaps into the Hypno to catch the second Ice Punch. The good news is that Joe Mom does have a good answer in Snorlax, because Lick is hitting for super effective, and he's building up quite a bit of extra energy here. And here the Hypno makes a mistake. They throw a Shadow Ball, which is resisted. I don't know what other moves they're running, but basically any punch is going to be way more efficient than a resisted Shadow Ball. They're going to throw a Body Slam, actually gets a shield, but had two, so it's going to be able to go back to back, and the opponent has a difficult choice to make. They decide to go down 2 shields here, which is a bold choice. They throw, and at this point, he's more than willing to take his 2 shield advantage, which I definitely understand. Looks like he had a Focus Blast if he was just baiting there. That makes a little more sense that Shadow Ball was his bait move, but still, I mean, just go for the Focus Blast, man. No one's going to shield it. Comes in with a Wigglytuff. And Wigglytuff, being Fairy Normal, is going to take neutral from that Dynamic Punch and quite a lot, and switches into the Dugong. And Dugong is in a really good spot here, having 2 shields. This Icy Wind is going to be taking out that Wigglytuff. And Wigglytuff's down, and now they bring in the Gyarados. And from here, it's pretty straightforward. The Dugong is going to be able to shield up, and then just take it out, and the Gyarados actually gives up. So Good Game is able to take game 1, which is fantastic. And that's really the strength of a Poliwrath lead, is it doesn't lose hard to much, really, besides Hypno. And it has a lot of play in neutral matchups, especially. So hopping into the next battle here against an Alolan Muck. And this is a really nice matchup, because with the Alolan Muck, is able to hit for super effective with the Mud Shots, and those Dynamic Punches hit for a lot. He's able to get to a second Dynamic Punch, unfortunately loses CMP, chooses to let this go, and it's just an Acid Spray. So a really, really good no-shield call there. So really well done. As you can see, that does so much damage, and it's able to farm them down. So that Muck just refused to throw. Hypno comes in, and he's going to be able to get the Ice Punch off, which is good, but one more Confusion is going to be taking him out. He's able to get to another Ice Punch. That's huge, because Mud Shot is a fewer turn move than Confusion. So when the Hypno went for the Confusion, he was able to get that last Mud Shot in. Now he's able to line up Snorlax with the Hypno. He's in a really good spot here. Let's see if this Hypno... Yep, and they throw the Punch, which you want to throw the Punch in this matchup, definitely not the Shadow Ball. And now it's the Dugong Mirror, which is... If you liked the Bronzor Mirror in the Bronzor Cup, then I have good news for you about the Dugong Mirror. It just takes forever. At this point, I should probably just fast forward it or something, because it's going to take forever. But yeah, the Dugong Mirror is, it's the Bronzor Mirror, but genuinely worse, because you're debuffing the attack while you do it. Yeah, so hey, I mean, while I'm here, I mean, I saw it in King's video, I may as well just tell my life story at this point. Oh wait, never mind, he switched into a Snorlax, there's hope. So he's able to reset the debuffs on his Dugong and connect with a Body Slam. Alright, and this is just going to be another Icy Wind, and he's actually going to save those 2 shields for his Dugong, and he's building up a little extra energy, and unfortunately is unable to get a charge move off, but he's still going to be able to take this game comfortably, because he has 2 shields and some loaded energy on the Dugong, going for a Water Pulse, and this should hopefully bring the Dugong Mirror to an end. It does. The Hypno comes back out, does have loaded energy, but the Dugong has 2 shields. So it's just going to be straightforward from here. Dugong is going to be able to shield up and get to that Water Pulse, and that's going to be a good game to Mr. Hypno. Alright, perfect. So he's able to start 2-0, which is great. Hopping into the third game against someone who has that really cool Halloween pose into a Kangaskhan. I love seeing Spice. They're going to swap into a Magneton. Magneton is not a great answer to Poliwrath. While it can hit for super effective with discharge, both the Mud Shot and the Dynamic Punch are hitting for super effective. And here he's going to swap into his Snorlax, and even though he's only going to be hit for resistant damage with the Snorlax with the Body Slams, Magneton is exceedingly glassy, so yep, that plus a Lick is going to be able to take it out. I run Magneton myself. It's so underrated, but so incredibly glassy. And he's building up a little extra energy before throwing, and he's able to get the shield, and the Kangaskhan does throw. This is probably just going to be a power-up punch to take them out. Yep, that's the power-up punch that Kangaskhan is just boosting their attack. And he comes in with the Poliwrath, going for the Dynamic Punch. This would do massive damage, does get the shield, and now since the Kangaskhan shields are down, I believe he, with that last Mud Shot he's able to sneak in, he should be at the move. Oh, not quite. And the Muck comes out, overfarming a lot of energy and going for the Dynamic Punch. This is going to be doing a ton of damage to the Muck. Oh my goodness, it connects. And a quick swap out into Dugong. So he is able to keep that Dynamic Punch loaded for when the Kangaskhan inevitably comes back. Sludge Wave connects, and he's able to go for an Icy Wind. This is going to be taking out the Alolan Muck. And now the Dugong is in a really good spot where it can hopefully force the Kangaskhan to throw by repeatedly spamming out Icy Winds. And that way the Kangaskhan won't have stored energy to take out the Poliwrath. The charge move coming through from the Kangaskhan, this will more than likely just be a power-up punch. Yep. And then he's able to take it out, but he saved the Dynamic Punch, and this is going to be taking out the Kangaskhan. So a really well played there, some excellent energy management, and storing that charge move because he knew he would need it later. And hopping into the next game of the set against Marco EG, leaving Poliwrath into Hypno. This is not what you want to see at all. And he is going to safe swap into the Dugong, so not swapping into his hardest counter, and is met by a Clefable. And I actually don't know this matchup too well. I mean, typically with Dugong, it's going to look like it's losing a lot of matchups, but after landing those Icy Winds and making those charms do quite a bit less damage, it may be able to prevail in the end. So we'll have to see. That's probably what makes Dugong an excellent safe swap. Yep, he is going to be shielding that up, and seeing at the very least, even if he can't get switch advantage, he should be able to get that last shield. So throwing the Icy Wind, and the opponent does have a decision to make here, and they let it go. So he is able to flip switch, which is huge, because now his Poliwrath is not lined up with the Hypno. So that works out really well. Hypno comes back, and he's able to come in with Snorlax, and Lick is going to be doing that super effective damage, which is fantastic. They'll just be going for, again, Shadow. I mean, maybe they're baiting for a Focus Blast again, but that's just not the move at all. You do not want to be throwing a resistant Shadow Ball into a Snorlax. Throw a punch, please. Able to connect with the Body Slam. Charge move coming through. Let's see if this is another Shadow Ball. It is. Just why? Who hurt you? Stop throwing resistant Shadow Balls, my guy. Alright, the Marowak comes out, and the Snorlax. The Lick is doing a ton of work. Swaps into the Poliwrath to catch the charge move. Catches the Shadow Bones, a really nice catch there. Back-to-back charge moves here, letting this one go. It's another Shadow Bone. He's able to get to the Ice Punch. Oh, a bit of lag there. I thought it wasn't going to let him get to it, but he is able to get to that Ice Punch. That does grab the shield. The Marowak comes back, and the Snorlax is doing a ton of Lick damage, and is going for the Body Slam. This is going to be resisted. Will it be enough? Not quite. Oh, but he has a shield. Oh man, it's going to come down to the wire here. Can Lick finish it off? And Lick is able to take the game. That was so close. Oh my goodness. And this time he catches a Mew lead. This is interesting, because we actually don't know if this is a good or bad lead. We'll just have to wait and see what moveset the Mew has. Going for an Ice Punch, since that is going to be doing neutral. And that connects. It does a little bit of damage. And the Mew wins the CMP tie. Probably a good idea to shield here, yeah. Oh, Focus Blast. Oh my goodness, that was a good shield. Oh, Poliwrath would not have appreciated that. Going for an Ice Punch, and they're going to be swapping out into their Pinsir. And is actually able to catch an X-Scissor onto the Snorlax. They're really well done there. Building up some extra energy. Going, oh, looks like it loses CMP. This could be a close combat. Ooh, ow. Moment of silence for our pal Snorlax. Oh no. It's over-farming a bunch of energy on the Poliwrath. Unfortunately loses CMP. Princess attacks that. It's crazy. Oh my goodness. It gets the X-Scissor, over-farming again, and does now have those back-to-back ice punches. So first one gets the shield. Second one, they'll have a decision to make because this probably will be taking it out. And it will, with the defense debuff. And in comes a Dugong. Ooh, going for the dynamic punch. If this goes unshielded, this will be doing a ton of damage to the Dugong. And it connects. Oh my goodness. Quick swap into their own Dugong. Dugong is going to debuff here and then more than likely switch into the Mew. So it does debuff, switches into the Mew. And here the Dugong is going to debuff the Mew, but Mew has a shield. It'll be a race to see if Mew can get to the Focus Blast. Oh, it got to the Focus Blast. Oh, there's no way this doesn't KO. Oh, Dugong. Alright, it's all up to Poliwrath. Can he farm down? He can't. Oh no, so close. That was the win con right there, was farming down. So really well played to JoeMom716 there. And honestly, Poliwrath surprised me. Like, he's been hyping it up a bunch in the chat. And he's like, yo, check it out. And yeah, it's punching above its weight. Hey, see what I did there? Punching above its weight. I'm so sorry. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, if you're new and you're enjoying the content or enjoyed that bad pun, feel free to hit that subscribe button. It's free. It helps out the channel. And I'll see you guys in the next one.